Hey there, night dwellers. Join the Phantom Troupe for a serene escape into dreamland with enchanting sleep stories. Let the calming tales transport you to a world of peaceful slumber and restful nights.
Hey there, earthly adventurers. I'm Gabriel, your guide through the uncharted territories of mystery and ancient wonders right here on our home planet. It's a pleasure to have you on this journey with me. Tonight, we're diving into a thrilling exploration that intertwines tales of extraterrestrial intrigue and the enigmatic secrets of ancient civilizations. Before we immerse ourselves in this captivating narrative, take a moment to release the weight of the day's events. Inhale deeply, allowing the earthly concerns to fade away. Exhale, embracing the comforting calm that surrounds you. As we embark on this mysterious tale set on our own planet, picture yourself on the edge of anticipation, eager to unravel the secrets that Earth holds. The story we're about to unfold draws inspiration from real-life mysteries and unsolved legends, creating a tapestry of intrigue that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Feel the tension in your muscles dissipate with each breath. With the day behind you and a sense of relaxation setting in, let the excitement of Earth's unknown mysteries heighten your senses. Together, we'll navigate through the twists and turns of this suspenseful narrative right here on our home turf. Now, as the world around you fades away and the mystery unfolds on Earth, allow the soothing rhythm of my voice to guide you into a tranquil state. Stay tuned as we step into the mysterious unknown, where every moment holds the promise of revelation, right here on our familiar yet mysterious planet. During World War II, amidst the chaos of aerial combat, pilots from both the Allied and Axis forces began reporting strange, mysterious phenomena in the skies. These sightings, often described as glowing, fast-moving balls of light, became known as Foo Fighters. The term itself, a piece of wartime slang, has since become a cornerstone in the study of unidentified flying objects, UFOs, and continues to captivate both historians and UFO enthusiasts alike. Foo Fighters were more than just a curious footnote in the annals of wartime history. They represented a genuine and unexplained mystery that baffled some of the most skilled aviators of the time. Despite extensive efforts to explain these occurrences, they remain one of the most intriguing unsolved mysteries of World War II, blending the realms of warfare, science fiction, and the unexplained. The term Foo Fighter is believed to have originated from the comic strip Smokey Stover, which was popular during the 1930s and 1940s. The character Smokey Stover, a firefighter, often used the word foo in various humorous contexts, such as where there's foo, there's fire. The word foo was nonsensical, but became a part of the slang among American servicemen. The first recorded use of the term Foo Fighter in the context of aerial phenomena occurred in late 1944, when American pilots flying over Europe began reporting strange, unexplained lights following their aircraft. The term was adopted by these pilots to describe the phenomena, which seemed to defy the conventional understanding of aircraft and aerial weaponry at the time. The sightings were not limited to a single region or theater of war. Reports of Foo Fighters came from various locations, including Europe, the Pacific, and even parts of the United States. These encounters were often brief but intense, leaving the pilots who experienced them with more questions than answers. One of the most famous instances of Foo Fighter sightings occurred on the night of November 27, 1944, when Lieutenant Edward Schluter, along with radar operator Donald Myers and intelligence officer Fred Ringwald, were flying a mission over the Rhine Valley in Germany. Suddenly, they noticed 8 to 10 bright orange lights flying at high speed and following their aircraft. Schluter and his crew attempted evasive maneuvers, but the lights seemed to match their every move. After several minutes, the lights vanished as suddenly as they had appeared, leaving the crew bewildered. This was not an isolated incident. Other pilots in the same area reported similar sightings. These objects were described as being capable of incredible speeds, far beyond that of any known aircraft of the time. They could change direction instantly and were often reported as flying alongside or following Allied planes, sometimes for miles. Despite the best efforts of the pilots to shake them off, the Fu fighters seemed to exhibit an almost playful behavior, as if they were toying with the aircraft. In another account, pilots from the 415th Night Fighter Squadron reported multiple encounters with these mysterious lights over Germany. In one instance, 2 orange-red lights appeared and followed their aircraft. The lights were so bright that the pilots initially thought they were tracer rounds, but they soon realized that these were not projectiles. They were controlled and purposeful objects. The lights followed the plane for several minutes before disappearing. Despite their best efforts, the pilots were unable to engage or even properly identify these objects. Fu fighter sightings were not limited to the European theater. In the Pacific, pilots reported similar encounters with mysterious lights. These sightings, however, were often more sporadic and less documented, likely due to the vast and isolated nature of the Pacific theater. One notable incident involved a B-29 bomber crew flying over the Pacific Ocean. The crew reported seeing a large glowing object following their plane at a distance. The object was described as being significantly larger than any known aircraft and emitted a bright white light. Despite the bomber's high speed and altitude, the object kept pace effortlessly before eventually disappearing into the night sky. Japanese pilots also reported seeing strange lights in the skies over the Pacific, although these reports are less well documented due to the lack of accessible records from the Japanese side of the conflict. However, the consistency of these reports across different regions and from different forces adds to the mystery of the Fu fighters. The phenomenon of Fu fighters has been the subject of much speculation and investigation over the years. Several theories have been proposed to explain these mysterious lights, ranging from the mundane to the extraordinary. One of the simplest explanations is that the Fu fighters were a result of psychological and physiological factors experienced by the pilots. Flying at high altitudes and under extreme stress, often in combat situations, could lead to visual hallucinations or misinterpretations of natural phenomena. The bright lights of Fu fighters could have been a form of autokinesis, where a small stationary light source appears to move when stared at for a prolonged period. Another possibility is that the Fu fighters were caused by a phenomenon known as St. Elmo's fire, a weather-related occurrence where a luminous plasma is created by a corona discharge from a sharp or pointed object in a strong electric field, such as the wingtips of an aircraft during a storm. This could explain some of the glowing lights reported by pilots. Another theory is that the Fu fighters were advanced enemy aircraft or weapons. During World War II, both the Allies and the Axis powers were experimenting with new and advanced technologies, including jet propulsion and guided missiles. Some have speculated that the Fu fighters were some form of experimental Nazi aircraft or weapon designed to disrupt or confuse Allied pilots. However, this theory has significant flaws. The maneuverability and speed of the Fu fighters, as reported by the pilots, far exceeded the capabilities of any known aircraft or missile of the time. Moreover, these sightings were reported by both Allied and Axis pilots, suggesting that if they were enemy technology, they were not exclusive to one side of the conflict. Another possible explanation is that the Fu fighters were a natural phenomenon, such as ball lightning. Ball lightning is a rare and poorly understood atmospheric phenomenon in which a glowing, spherical object appears during thunderstorms. These objects can range in size and color and have been known to move erratically, sometimes following the paths of aircraft. While this explanation could account for some of the Fu fighter sightings, it does not explain the consistency with which these phenomena were reported by pilots in different theaters of war, under varying weather conditions and at different altitudes. Perhaps the most intriguing and controversial theory is that the Fu fighters were of extraterrestrial origin. Some researchers and UFO enthusiasts have suggested that the Fu fighters were not of this world, but rather advanced spacecraft piloted by extraterrestrial beings. The extraordinary speed, maneuverability, and behavior of the Foo Fighters, as reported by pilots, could be seen as evidence of technology far beyond what was possible on Earth at the time. This theory, while popular in UFO circles, is not supported by any concrete evidence and remains speculative. However, it continues to capture the imagination of those who study the phenomenon. The Foo Fighter phenomenon did not go unnoticed by military authorities. Both the Allies and Axis forces conducted investigations into the sightings, although the results of these investigations have remained inconclusive. In the United States, the Army Air Forces and Navy were aware of the reports and conducted some level of investigation, but they were unable to reach a definitive conclusion. The phenomena were often dismissed as inconsequential, likely due to the pressing demands of the war and the lack of concrete evidence. The British Royal Air Force, RAF, also took an interest in the Foo Fighter reports, especially as they pertain to the European theater. However, like their American counterparts, the RAF was unable to provide a satisfactory explanation for the sightings. Interestingly, the Foo Fighter phenomenon also attracted the attention of the German Luftwaffe. German pilots reported similar sightings, leading some in the Luftwaffe to believe that the Foo Fighters were a new type of Allied secret weapon. However, no conclusive evidence was ever found to support this theory. After the war, the reports of Foo Fighters largely faded into obscurity, overshadowed by the broader devastation of the conflict and the emerging Cold War. However, the phenomenon was not entirely forgotten. In the post-war years, as interest in UFOs and extraterrestrial life grew, the Foo Fighters were revisited by researchers and became an important part of the broader UFO narrative. The Foo Fighters have left a lasting legacy, both in the field of UFO research and in popular culture. In the decades following World War II, the sightings were often cited as early evidence of the UFO phenomenon, predating the famous 1947 Roswell incident and other high-profile cases. The mystery of the Foo Fighters has also been explored in numerous books, documentaries, and television shows. They are often presented as one of the great unsolved mysteries of the 20th century, a tantalizing glimpse into the unknown that continues to provoke curiosity and speculation. The phenomenon has also influenced popular culture in more subtle ways. The term Foo Fighter was famously adopted by the American rock band Foo Fighters, founded by former Nirvana drummer Dave Grohl. The band's name was chosen in part to evoke the sense of mystery and intrigue associated with the wartime sightings. Despite the passage of time and the advancements in technology and science, the mystery of the Foo Fighters remains unsolved. The sightings during World War II represent a unique chapter in the history of aerial phenomena, one that continues to captivate and puzzle researchers, historians, and enthusiasts alike. Were the Foo Fighters merely a product of wartime stress and overactive imaginations, or were they something more? Perhaps even a glimpse of technology or entities beyond our understanding. The lack of definitive answers only adds to the allure of the phenomenon. In the end, the Foo Fighters stand as a reminder of the vastness of the unknown, the limits of human knowledge, and the enduring power of mystery. As long as there are questions without answers, the Foo Fighters will continue to occupy a place in the annals of unexplained phenomena, a symbol of the mysteries that still await discovery in the skies above.